Hello, everyone, and welcome to the No Shoez Podcast. This is Miss Fearless. Today, you all are going to get a vulnerable version of Miss Fearless, a really real moment, so viewer discretion is advised. This video is going to contain real footage of an MS episode / spell. This is not for shock value. This is for awareness, so please take care of yourself while watching. Hey. So, for those of you who follow me on Facebook, I have been very tired the last 24, 48 hours. So my husband came back from a business trip late Sunday, early Monday. His flight was supposed to get here at 12, but it got delayed, so he didn't get here until 3 in the morning. From where I live to Hartsfield-Jackson Airport is about 45 minutes to an hour. So I knew with him, his flight getting delayed, you need to take a nap. So I went to sleep about 10. And I slept for maybe an hour, hour and a half, and I got up to shower and all that good stuff. So I left out the house close to about 1:45 in the morning. I got to the airport at exactly 2:45, so I sat in the truck for a little while because his flight hadn't landed. I track his flights on FlightAware. So his flight had not arrived yet, so I just sat in the truck and dozed off for a little bit longer. He texted me about maybe 5 minutes later, said they just got there, they landed, so I got out the truck to go in there and wait for him like I always do. So long story short, he gets there. I'm already looking for which carousel his luggage is coming off of, because if I can go ahead and be getting those things for him while they're getting off the plane, then that's one less thing we have to worry about. When he comes out and comes to where I'm at, then we can just go ahead and go. But for some reason, and this was a flight from LAX to Atlanta, so the flight was full. There's a lot of people on that flight. So we're all waiting. It's like 20 minutes have passed. The carousel has not turned on. Nobody's getting their bags. So then we see everybody leaving carousel 7 to go down to carousel 9, and we're just like, okay. So we got on there. So Hartsfield has said nothing. And if they did, nobody heard it. Or at least we didn't, and a few other people didn't. So we all go down there, waiting down there another 20 to 30 minutes. Some people are starting to get their bags, but of course, my husband's bag ain't came. So then the carousel stops. By this time, I'm getting tired because it's way past my bedtime. I go to bed at like 10, 11. Sometimes I go to bed earlier than that. It just depends on how tired I am. But we see everybody go back down to carousel 3. So he said, I'll walk down here. You stay down here, because I know what his bags look like. He goes down there. He's down there for 10 minutes, nothing. Comes back to where we are. There's still a good amount of people standing down there waiting for the bags. Plus, we're by the large baggage area, so there's a line there, people waiting to get their large stuff. So now it's 4 something in the morning. So we switch. I go down to carousel 3. He comes back up to carousel 9. Nothing's coming out there. And that flight was from Seattle. I'm sorry, JFK. So, but the announcement came out saying, if you haven't gotten your bags, or you on the JFK flight, to go down to carousel 3. So I'm down there waiting. He ends up getting his suitcase with his clothes in it, but his tool bag is missing. So he ends up having to go to baggage service. Now it's almost 5 o'clock in the morning at this point, and I'm like out of it. So I'm sitting on his suitcase while he's in the line, and I'm having an episode. He turns around and sees I'm having an episode, so he rushes over to where I'm at. And just for those of you who are new to my channel that don't know, an MS episode is, especially when you have relapsing remitting MS, which I have touched on. Relapsing remitting MS is you having an episode of your baseline symptoms. So for me, it's vertigo, it's stroke-like symptoms. So I get like what I like to call a zombie walk. My speech slurs. I start, having like the best way to explain it is like if you have, what is it called? Epilepsy, I think it is, where you have seizures. So I shake. Those are my baseline symptoms. So he seen me over there shaking, so he ran over to where I was. and he needed his suitcases. They needed to tag them off of that. So he sat me on the carousel, the one that wasn't moving. I think it was carousel 8, so it wasn't moving. So he sat me over there while he finished that, and he told the lady, "Hey, look, you know how much longer it's going to take because I need to get my wife home. So take care of that." But we go home. So I have a spell on the way home. When I have a spell, it's similar to dementia. For that period of time, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what time of year it is. I don't know what it is. My son's 27. But when I have those moments, he's anywhere between 17 and 23. It's always Friday. It's always 2025. It's like my brain has gone back. So he said I had one on the way home. And I don't remember what's going on in these spells. So I have to rely on him and my son mainly because they're the main ones that are around when I have them. So, you know, my family's only seen me have, my third oldest brother, my parents have only seen me have it once. But my husband and my son, for the most part, see them. So by the time we get home, it's like 6 o'clock. And then I'm up. But, you know, I put some stuff up because I always like to take him food when I go. So I put his food up in the fridge. He's like, "You ain't got to do that. Just go to bed because you need some rest." So I go upstairs, get into my pajamas, get into bed, go to sleep. Now, my body is wired. So I was getting up before I had my breast surgery. I was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to work out. I like to get my workouts done early so I have the rest of my day. So my body's still wired for me to get up at 5 now. This particular day, it's past 5, so my body's just like, "I just want you to get some sleep." So I go to sleep, but I only sleep for 2 hours. And the rest of that day was just a very bad day. I'm having episodes and having spells. And my husband is just like, he takes it on the chest well, but behind the scenes, I know he's very concerned. So I stayed in the bed other than, you know, when I got up to eat. But I stayed in the bed most of the day. So yesterday, I had told him and my son, you know, listen, I want you all, my channel's all about real authentic. So I told them if you see me having a spell episode recorded, because I want to share this with y'all because I want y'all to see, I've shown you how I am on a good day. But I also want y'all to see how I am when I'm not at my best. So he said, you know, when I had it, he started recording. He remembered that I asked him to do that. So I'm going to stop talking and I want y'all to see this. And like I said, viewer discretion is advised. If you don't feel that you can watch this, then I suggest that you fast forward through it. But I wanted to share this experience with you guys so you can see what it is that Fearless goes through with her MS. And I started having these spells last year. I only know 1 or 2 people that said that they kind of have them. And my neurologist thinks that it, because they only happen when I'm very tired, so that's what he caps it down to. So I'm gonna stop talking and let y'all watch it. So I'll be back after it's done playing.
What's today, AJ? What year is it?
2025.
Okay. Today's not Friday. Today's Monday. Monday night. And it's 2026. March 2026. What month do you think it is? What do you know? What do you remember from last night? What's the last thing you remember? How old is TJ? TJ's 27. What year was he born then? You know it's 2025. What year was he born? Do you remember? What year did he graduate high school? You don't remember? Do you remember him graduating high school? You don't think that's a little odd? It's okay. I know you can't remember, but this does happen from time to time when you're very tired. And last night was a very long night. Like I said, I was supposed to get in at 12:30. Flight got delayed. I didn't land until after 3. Then going through all the baggage stuff, we didn't get home till 6 o'clock in the morning. So I know. You okay? So can you get some rest for me so you'll be fine? Do you believe all the things I'm telling you? Are you okay? You sure? All right. You get some rest for me, all right? And I'll come back and check on you in about 30 minutes. Okay? All right.
So that is what a spell looks like for me. I just totally forget. And it's way past brain fog. Now there is fatigue in there, which I've talked about, but it's extreme to that point for that to happen. And I was in the bed all day yesterday. I only got up to eat dinner, and that was after I eat dinner. And I'm sitting up because I had gastric bypass, but I had gastric sleeve surgery in April of 2024. So you're not supposed to lay down flat after you've eaten. So I had to sit up for a little while. But this is kind of what my husband and my son go through when I have these spells. And he's asking me those questions because he's asked specifically, he asked what day it is, what year it is, and he said it's always Friday. So if I say it's Friday, he knows that I'm having that spell. But my family will tell you, outside of my son and my husband, and even my friends and my sorors will tell you, I really don't. I don't talk about what goes on with me too much, because I'm always making sure everybody else is okay. So I don't talk about what goes on with my MS much. And I feel like if I don't talk about it, that I don't have it. But when I have the episodes and I have these spells, it reminds me that I do. And I know I do. And for the most part, I do the things I'm supposed to so that it doesn't progress. But it's hard. Like, when I first started having them, I didn't believe my husband. So he would record me when I'm having them to show me. The first one, he recorded it to show me, like, I'm telling you the truth, because I don't. It's like I black out. And I feel bad for him and my son, especially my son, because my son, he puts on a brave. My husband said he puts on a brave face, but he's concerned, and I don't want to put them in situations where they have to see me like that. But you know, I had a long talk with my husband this morning. He's just like, I married you for better or for worse. And when you have those spells, that's the worst. And he said, that's the time that I really need to step up and be there for you. When I first got diagnosed, he wasn't home. He was overseas in Iraq. And my son was here. But, I talked to my husband every day while he was overseas. And when he found out I had disease on the phone, when I got diagnosed, my mom was in the office with me. He was on the phone, and, he started looking up MS, and nobody in his family's had it. Nobody in my family had it. So nobody knew what it was outside of, like I mentioned the other day, we knew Richard Pryor had it. We know Montel Williams having it now. Tamia has it. I think her name is Selma Blair. I forgot the young lady that played, I think her name was, I forgot her freaking name, and Married with Children, but she has it. The daughter from The Sopranos has it. So, there's a lot of people who have it. Now I'm finding that out. But the three major people I knew was Richard Pryor, Montel Williams, and Tamia. I knew they had it. So outside of them, we didn't know what MS was or what it did to the body. So my husband would research, he went and researched, when I had all three of my surgeries, he went and did his due diligence to see how it was going to, what it was going to entail. So I don't want to draw this video out anymore. I'm a little emotional, and I'll try not to get emotional. But I wanted to share this with you guys so you can see what it is that I go through with my mess. And that's the worst. My episodes are not bad like that. It's just I have to sit down and rest up for a little bit. Even with these, like, hubby says he'll put me in the bed, like, just rest for 30 minutes to an hour. And then he says I'm good. Just a funny thing. I know when I've had a spell, because he'll ask me when he puts me in the bed, he's like, he said he'll ask me, well, you want me to put something on for you? And every time I ask him to put on Flash Gordon. So I know if I'm in the bed and I wake up and Flash Gordon's on, I know I've had an episode. I'm sorry, not episode, but a spell. So that's just a little funny tidbit. But, I do my best not to let my episodes or these spells affect my everyday, affect how, I function. Because if I do, then it's winning. And I refuse to let it win. So my message to you guys, if you're going through something, whatever it is, just know that you're not alone. If you're watching this and you don't go through this, or your MS symptoms are not to this magnitude, I just want to thank you all for taking the time to come and watch this video to understand what it is that some of us do go through. Because like I said, I know maybe one or two people that said that they kind of experienced something similar to that. And just y'all taking the time to watch this just to understand, it means a lot to me. And I do appreciate this. Like I said, I didn't share this for sympathy, but more so for understanding. Again, it's MS Awareness Month, so I think it's important to share the things that we go through. And some of us don't go through these at all, but some of us do. So I'm going to close this by saying thank you. I appreciate you all's support. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I know it's a little long, but I thank you for taking the time to watch it again, to understand what it is that this is what Fearless goes through and some other MS warriors go through. And just again, if you have a family member or a loved one that may be showing signs or symptoms, to have them go take them to see a neurologist so that they can be properly checked for if they have MS. It could be lupus. There's a ton of different illnesses, chronic illnesses, that they mock each other. But it may, like lupus and a lot of the symptoms for lupus and MS, they're similar. But you have to get checked. There's different tests they do to check for those things. So make sure you are advocating for yourself and that you're staying on top of these things for yourself first and foremost. Okay? So I want you all to have a good day. Thank you again for watching. And remember, this is the No Shoez Podcast, where nothing is dressed up, just real talk. So, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'll be putting more content out like this. I'll be touching on some other illnesses as well that are similar to MS. Like I said, lupus is one of them. Fibromyalgia is another. There's a lot. So y'all have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, y'all. Bye.